There's a moose in the yard. Like my old Australian teammate used to say, if it's raining, I ain't training. So I've been feeling a little bit under the weather, not like sick, but just sort of a little bit tired and kind of feeling iffy. I'm gonna do a little like in-home strength session. I've got like the TRX band set up. If you haven't heard of TRX, or this is like an offshoot brand, like a knockoff I got on Amazon for like 30 bucks. Super awesome way to get some functional strength going in your house, and it's something I've been neglecting the past few months, but I want to get back into, so I'm going to try and do it a couple times a week. You can do so many different exercises and really build up that kind of functional strength as an athlete. Super important. So yeah, speaking of exercise though, there's something I want to talk about today. Embrace the spirit animal. So yeah, just a quick little strength workout, just kind of upper body, a little bit of core stuff. Super good way to just kind of keep the functional strength high and kind of in check. But speaking of exercise, a lot of people have been sending me a video interview with Dr. Doug Lisle on Dr. John McDougall's channel, where he talks about this article that's in I think the February edition of Scientific American, talking about how after a certain intensity, your energy expenditure kind of plateaus off when it comes to exercise. So basically every single human has the same budget of calories to expend, no matter if you're exercising at a super high level or sitting on the couch, and the body sort of spares energy systems to basically, continue to burn the same amount of calories no matter what. And people have been asking about my opinions, and so I've had some time to sort of look over that article. I've read the article and I'll link it down below so you can check it out. Same with the video. I've read into some of the studies behind it, and so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that today because it's definitely an interesting topic, but I have a lot of sort of thoughts on the subject that we should talk about. But first, let's have some ice cream. Gluten-free, of course. All right, let's talk science. Science.
Science.
Science.
Science.
Science. I'm gonna try and keep this short, and if you haven't already, go watch the video that I've linked below to Doug Lisle's conversation about this study. Go read the Scientific American article. But basically what they're saying is that there's kind of a new proposed model of energy expenditure as a result of physical activity. I mean, like the classic model is just linear. Basically, the more exercise you do, the higher energy expenditure you do, the more calories you burn. The latest one is this kind of constrained model where the body actually adapts to increases in energy expenditure by reducing energy expenditure in other areas of the body when you're exercising. So they're basically saying that humans have evolved to burn basically the same amount of calories. We have like a set point, basically the same amount of calories for everyone, no matter what sort of activity you're doing, whether you're sitting on the couch or riding the Tour de France. And there's a lot of like people freaking out about this, saying, oh my god, this is crazy, and oh, what's going on, this doesn't make any sense, I burn all these calories from all this riding I'm doing and exercise. And this is where I'm going to get a little bit philosophical and get combine science with my philosophy of life and of exercise and stuff. And basically, look, even if this is the case, even if we all burn the same amount of calories every single day, no matter what, and our body kind of shifts it, makes it good, I think it doesn't change anything. I think it's fine. I think makes no difference. What I want to change is this horrible concept, I think, of being obsessed with calories and viewing exercise as this tool to burn calories. And I want that to stop. I want you to enjoy exercise and do it for meaning and purpose beyond just burning calories and looking at it like an exercise of a chore or a job that you have to do just so you can, you know, lose weight. And one thing that I agree with Dr. Doug Lisle and the study is that, look, diet is more important than exercise for overall long-term sustainable health. From an exercise physiology standpoint, from a physiology standpoint, from a philosophical, sort of spiritual almost standpoint, we need to move beyond this just kind of constant obsession with calories as the thing, the godsend for health. And, you know, if you eat a whole foods plant-based diet, yeah, you don't need to exercise nearly as much probably as someone who's on a standard diet in order to keep their weight down. But if you want to gain muscle and you want to, you know, feel good physically, and you want to, you know, have a strong cardiovascular endurance system and be able to just run out the door and go run 5 miles or go ride 20 miles on your bike, then yeah, you need to exercise. And I just truly do believe that exercise is a seriously significant cornerstone of a healthy lifestyle. But that doesn't mean you get to, you know, ignore food. And even if you're eating the healthiest diet, doesn't mean you have to ignore exercise either. But I think that the problem with kind of this reductionist approach to exercise and to nutrition in a lot of ways is that people lose the forest for the trees, and they get caught up in numbers and studies and stuff like that. And sure, science is very important for understanding our bodies and how we need to eat and how we need to live. But I just, you know, what we're doing here with Thought for Food is about the lifestyle, and it's about creating a culture of people that are enjoying exercise for what it is, getting fulfillment for the adventure of going out and running or hiking up a mountain and seeing that view, seeing that sunrise, that sunset, and then coming back and eating a nourishing, delicious, compassionate meal of, you know, sweet potatoes and rice and potatoes and salad, and just feeling good and doing that and connecting with other people and building a community around these topics and ideas, rather than just being obsessed with burning a certain amount of calories. You know, my elliptical machine said I burnt 400 calories, so now I have to eat exactly 400 calories. It doesn't matter where it comes from. That's not how we want to live. It's not enjoyable to live that way. This is where I'll get into a little bit of the science. I think that the study design of some of these studies that they're referencing, and that the way that they, you know, set up this article, is that the methods were sort of not great, and they actually shared in the discussion a lot of the limitations of the study. It's a cross-sectional study, so it's just taken a snapshot in time. I don't think they tested any elite athletes. So I don't think that it's a very accurate representation, and so people just kind of glob onto this idea and they run with it, and whether that's good or bad, I don't know. But again, we have to move beyond these kind of reductionist science. We use it as a paintbrush to paint the full picture of what's going on, but let's think about this critically. Let's think about this from a zoomed out perspective. And live our lives. And obviously, you're not going to enjoy exercise every single time, but the best way to find a sustainable and, you know, long-term successful exercise routine is one that you enjoy, one that you can share with others, and one that sort of takes over your kind of complex of being obsessed with doing it as a job or as a chore or something you have to do to burn calories. Contaminated, which makes it you know, an extremely difficult diet to stick to, especially for people that have celiac, for which the consequences are so serious and so severe. Have you listened to What's the Deal with Gluten yet? Please go do it. It's live. It's really good. I hope you like it. Another really important thing to consider about exercise physiology is that elite trained athletes are actually a lot more efficient and economical at, you know, certain levels of activity compared to a normal sedentary person. So I'm not sure that this study that these guys are talking about takes that into account. So, for example, someone that's, you know, at a Tour de France level is going to burn a lot less calories doing a 3-hour bike ride than a sedentary person doing that exact same ride, because their bodies have adapted over time to conserve glycogen stores and burn more fat as a result of just training adaptation, and so they will burn less calories. And so this is probably part of what's going on here, is that different people have different adaptations to different levels of intensity of activity, and as a result, this might be something to consider when they're talking about this study. So when they take a very small snapshot of time in this cross-sectional study, it probably doesn't reflect that idea of gaining adaptation. It's one of the limitations they talked about in the study, was they wish that they could follow these people in a more longitudinal kind of study over time to see how they adapt to exercise. It's my brother Will, his friend Jake. It's Jake's birthday.
Hello.
Happy birthday, Jake. We're going rock climbing now. Wish him a happy birthday in the comments.
I have one of these. Hello, camera. Oh my God, was I in that thing?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Jacob.
Happy birthday to you.
Blaze it. So wait, what is this cake?
This is a vegan chocolate cake that has amazing ingredients in it.
Is it gluten free?
It is not gluten.
Oh my God, Mom!
Sorry.
Jeez. Let's all work a little bit harder to enjoy exercise for the beautiful gift that it is to be able to move our bodies outside on a rock climbing wall, or whatever it is that you like to do, swimming, hiking. It's seriously amazing that we are able to do that, and that we have, if we have the capacity to move. I think we get caught up in this idea of using exercise to lose weight, or a means to an end, rather than just embracing the process and embracing the journey and just the gift that it is. And so I'm really excited. I'm going on a camping trip this weekend with my brother and his friend Jake. Going to be epic. And I decided I was going to do this big group ride event thing on Sunday, but I decided to go do this camping trip instead, because I wanted to experience that time with my brother and his friend, and get out and do some epic shit besides just riding my bike. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed. Leave me a thumbs up, subscribe, go listen to Gluten Podcast, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Go eat some plants and do some epic shit. Peace.
I should help me well enough.